Hello. Hi, Yogesh.
Good evening.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. खाडीलकर सरांना आणि मैसरे सरांना सांगितले 5:25 ला जॉईन व्हायला. टेस्टिंग त्यांना स्क्रीन शेअर करायचं जस्ट फॉर, आणि तसंही बाकीच्याही लोकांना पण सांगितलंच आहे.
हो हो, ते निंबाळकर सरांचं पण मागच्या वेळेस चालू झाला ऑडिओ, तर ते पण आज टेस्ट साठी ते पण लवकर जॉईन होत आहेत. मला फोन आलता.
व्हेरी नाईस, व्हेरी नाईस, व्हेरी नाईस. आणि ऍज युजल आपण 5:35 ला सुरू करूया.
हो हो.
आणि
बोल
बोल बोल बोल बोल.
हा नाही, मैसळे सर आले. नदाफ सर पण आले.
हा नदाफ सर आले, बरोबर. अपूर्व पण आलाय.
अपूर्व सर आलेत. हा, गुड इव्हनिंग सर.
गुड इव्हनिंग.
गुड इव्हनिंग सर.
मैसाळे सर, गुड इव्हनिंग.
ही मे बी प्रिपेअरिंग, आय थिंक.
नदाफ सर, गुड इव्हनिंग. Am I audible, Maisai sir? Hello.
मेसेज पाठवून द्यायला लागेल त्यांना. आणि त्याचा व्हिडिओ गेलाय आता परत. आता येत आहेत, कनेक्ट होतात वाटतं. आताची व्हिडिओ डिसेबल झाला त्यांना.
त्यांनी हे नाही ऑन केलं बहुतेक, ऑडिओ ऑन नाही केलं.
ऑडिओ
तू सांग ना त्यांना.
सांगतो. एकच मिनिटात सांगतो.
हा, गुड इव्हनिंग नवाब सर.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Good evening,
yes,
sir.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
Good to see you all.
Yes.
Okay, hi. Can you hear?
Yeah, sir. We have Sashikant.
Yuvraj.
Just a minute.
Yeah.
Hi.
Sir, generally we start the session at 5:35, just in anticipation that people to join from the first word of viewers, so they don't miss anything. And we have 4-5 minutes of just trying to test everything, whether voice is right or not, screen sharing is possible, or is there any issues. So we can do that basic dry run test now if you want to have a testing done.
Okay. Yeah.
Please go ahead, Yogesh.
Yeah, you can, maybe if you want to have any.
I am just trying
right now. Yeah, even Jen sir also can do that.
Yeah.
Who is going to do the first testing right now? Jen sir or Maisare sir?
मैं कर रहा हूँ.
Okay, sir.
Good evening, Jain sir.
Hi, good evening.
How are you?
मी आता अजून I am still on the mobile. I have to log into the other one, but I think there should not be an issue.
Yeah. It should be. नहीं.
मीडिया में देखता हूँ.
Mai sir, good evening.
Very good evening, all of you.
Great to see you here.
Nice. Hello, Liaquat, how are you?
I'm fine. Sir, how are you? I'm great. बढ़िया.
Shashi, must haircut, huh?
Yeah. Actually, I was at home, na. So I thought of doing something new. Okay, I should add on some new skill set. So thought of getting into barber profession.
Shashi, thanks a ton for setting up this facility and hosting the Zoom.
Yeah, my pleasure. It was even great support from Yogesh, Apurva, and all the participants.
I know, and so it's a collaborative effort.
Yes, absolutely right.
But someone has to take a lead, and she has taken the lead.
Yes. It was all possible because of people like you. Yeah. हा जयंत सर आले का?
अरे I am
विश्वनाथ साहेब
trying to locate it.
Yes.
No, let General
मुंबईला
Masala try it. if you want.
वाळी
मुंबईला
evening.
का पुणे?
मुंबईमध्ये येस.
योगेश
हॅलो.
हा शशीकडून धडे घे जरा.
धडे.
कोणी घ्यायचे धडे?
Everybody.
ट्रेनिंग
हाय, गुड इव्हनिंग. गुड इव्हनिंग.
मी
अरे
पण
वा.
घरी केले.
व्हिडिओ मला वाटतं आपण बंद करून ठेवला पाहिजे तसा नॉर्मली सो दॅट देयर इज लेस बँडविड्थ युटिलायझेशन.
व्हिडिओ सगळ्यांचे म्यूट होती.
How are you?
आता जयंत सर तुमचं
आय एम
आलं होतं.
ग्रेट. हाऊ आर यू सुहास?
जैन सर, यू आर विजिबल नाउ.
आय एम विजिबल ना. हा नाही मी आता व्हिडिओ चालू केला, अदरवाइज मी बंद ठेवला होता.
हा तुम्ही शेअर करा ना आता तुमची स्क्रीन वगैरे तुम्हाला
हा मी तेच ते
बाकीच्या
तेच
म्यूट करून
बघतोय
टाक
मी.
शशी.
हो म्यूट करू का सगळ्यांना?
हा सगळ्यांना म्यूट कर. जयंत सर रेडी असतील.
मी
नाही
फक्त
पहिलं
नाही एक
नाही,
योगेश,
पहिलं
मी
जनरल
फक्त काय
म्हैसाळ
की म्हैसाळे सर आणि जयंत सरांना मी फक्त अनम्यूट करतो, बाकीच्यांना म्यूट करून टाकतो. ठीक आहे.
येस. किंवा तू योगेश कोण आहे इंट्रोडक्शन करणार आहे?
योगेशला पण हे करतो ना. योगेश इंट्रोडक्शन करणार आहे. एकच मिनिट.
शशिकांत.
हा.
म्हैसाळ सरांचं पण म्यूट झालं वाटतं.
नाही केलं ते अनम्यूट केलं. तू इंट्रोडक्शन करून दे आणि स्टार्ट करायला चालू करता येईल आपल्याला. जयंत सरांना पण एकच मिनिट. जयंत सरांना पण अनम्यूट करतो मी.
हा हे बघ मी काय म्हटलं ऍक्च्युली दॅट इज नॉट इन पीडीएफ फॉर्मॅट. आय हॅव टू जस्ट कन्वर्ट. आता ते प्रेझेंटेशन आहे मला ते पीडीएफ मध्ये कन्वर्ट करायला लागेल. आय थिंक इट ओनली
तुम्ही जर तुमचं सेशन नंतर आहे तर काय हरकत नाही. तुम्ही कन्वर्ट करू शकता. मी इन द इव्हेंट
करू
मेसेज
शकतो. तोपर्यंत मी करून ठेवतो. हा येस येस.
चालेल. Good evening all.
Good evening.
We have two very senior speakers today from our Ajinkyans fraternity, Major General T.N. Maisale and Colonel Jayant Khadilkar. Both the topics are of very interest to us, and these people have been doing many kind of sessions on these topics in the interest of the public. So I would request Major General Maisale sir to start his session and educate us and give that leadership quotient to all of us. Thank you.
Okay, can I begin?
Sure.
Yes, sir.
No audio.
Yeah. All are on mute, sir.
You are audible.
Can you hear me, Shashikant?
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Very
Yes,
much.
yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Yogesh, for a small little introduction. Hi, guys. It's wonderful to interact with all the Ajinkyans on this particular forum. And it's a great initiative initiated by collaborative efforts of all of you to have the people, irrespective of their place, joining together and sharing whatever knowledge they have. The first one is what I'm going to touch upon is the leadership quotient. A small little background. I used to conduct these sessions when I'm still conducting it for the Institute of Directors at the level of VPs, and so these have been quite toned down with the effect of that. And this is one of the chapter of my book which I'm completing at the moment. One of them is the leadership quotient. So what is leadership? Number one, let's understand what's the leadership. The leadership is leading a group of people with an aim of attaining a particular objective. What is that objective? For some, it is getting the freedom. We saw that in case of Mahatma Gandhi. We saw that in case of Nelson Mandela. For some, it is to build a huge empire. We saw like Dhirubhai Ambani. We saw Jamshedji Tata. We saw some like building a progressive India where it will be led by solid industrial foundations like Jawaharlal Nehru. So we are seeing hell of a lot of great leaders like Winston Churchill. His singular leadership in the Second World War led to the Allies when they were being beaten up by the Axis power. After 6 years of struggle, Britain and others emerged victorious. It's all that leadership. Just to say now, 2013, go to 2013 and 2014. What did you see at that point in time? The nation was in a hopeless situation. We're wondering, where are we floundering? Where are we? And today, we under Narendra Modi were saying, we are the nation. That is the leadership which transforms the complete people to a particular goal. The people are the same. It's the leadership which makes the difference. Now, what are the various things which are involved in the leadership? The first is the self-leadership. I should be able to lead myself. For example, we saw Mahatma Gandhi. He is having a wonderful practice in South Africa as well as Mumbai as a good lawyer. He was enjoying a good life. But when he saw the suffering of the poor people of India under the British bonds, everything hell broke loose. He gave up everything and he came into the service. We saw Ashoka the Great warrior. What did he see? The dead bodies on the battlefield. What happened? He transformed himself and became the leader of a different kind. So all these leaders are the capable of different, they're leading themselves to a particular destination. Hey, what's this? Hello?
Yeah,
Somebody's
you can
interrupting.
continue, sir. Someone is, let's say, yeah, I'll just message it. Yeah.
That breaks talk. Okay, then it may be anybody, it may be Mahatma Gandhi, it may be Nelson Mandela, it may be Narendra Modi, it may be Jawaharlal Nehru, it may be Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Winston Churchill. What is common in them? The common purpose is the service. Is a service to the nation, service to the industry, service to the masses, service to the society. That's what the leader is. The leader does the service, and it is a self-leadership. He's capable of leading himself. That's what makes a leader. He's got to lead himself, and he's got to do the service to the people or the nation or the organization. This is the essence of leader. That is self-leadership and the service. Next is the vision. Any leader, all the good leaders set a great vision. What was the vision of Mahatma Gandhi? Which the leaders are following elsewhere in Africa. Nelson Mandela copied it. In America, the Martin Luther King Jr., he adopted it. What was it? Ahimsa and Satyagraha. What was the vision of Winston Churchill? To make sure that Britain emerges victorious. What was the vision of Nelson Mandela? Freedom for South Africa. Pandit Nehru, to see a modern, development-oriented India, which created a lot of IITs, a lot of IIMs. Narendra Modi, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Saath, a forward India. So we have all those movements, all those initiatives like Make in India, Digital India, Swachh Bharat. So all these leaders are possessed by a vision. That is the first attribute of a good leader. He has got a big vision in front of him. And everything else follows thereafter. After having this vision, that vision has to be communicated to the people he is going to lead. For example, Mahatma Gandhi, he had a vision of Swadeshi India, that is self-reliant India. So what did he do? He started spinning on a charkha, in a charkha. What was the message? This is the way my India is going to be self-reliant. That is the vision, how you spread it across. How about our Shivaji the Great, the Maratha leader? Hindu Swaraj, that is the complete masses to come under that Swaraj. We had a great leader as that is Shivaji the Great. And his vision, I want to tell you, the gentleman, he said his vision should be only in a single line. That is a big vision he had. But point what I'm saying is, he had the vision of Hindvi Swaraj, which he communicated to everybody. And then his last we're hearing, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. That is the vision. How is he communicating? Throughout the media, through the personal meetings. The video conferencing is nowadays available. So an industry leader or the leader like, say, Mukesh Ambani, he can communicate to all his workers with the help of the video conference. So communication of that vision is important. God, that fires up the people under you, that fires up your followers, that creates that fire in their belly to achieve that objective. So it's extremely important how well you communicate the vision to the masses, to the public, to your team members. Having done this, the next most important quality is the integrity. It's extremely important. Gentlemen, today we have seen lot many leaders, and in the integrity, the first I'll count is Mahatma Gandhi. Look at that. A person who was earning about 4,500 rupees per month, a tidy amount by any chance in the year 1910 and around that, a handsome amount. But he said, I'm going to leave everything. And what did he do? Just a punch on himself. That's integrity. He said, I'll sacrifice everything and started living in a small hut of his. That is integrity. He said two things, that is ahimsa and satyagraha. The Britishers caned him. He was jailed, but he never left that non-violence or ahimsa. That is integrity. Today we are seeing the people in the group, okay, we got the lockdown. Gentlemen, I'll make sure the lockdown is there. We are seeing the leaders in the evening attending the parties, getting the children married off with 300-400 followers. Gentlemen, this is not the integrity. We have Field Marshal Manekshaw. He didn't like it, he used to say. For example, in 1971 war, when the army was ready and Madam Gandhi, so powerful that time, during the cabinet meeting, she asked Sam Manekshaw, are you ready? And boldly said, Madam, I'm not ready. I'll take about 8 months. And when the meeting was over, he went to Madam, he said, Madam, if you not liked it, here is my resignation. That is integrity. Today I say, I'm going to live in a very, I'm going to sacrifice everything. I do sacrifice everything. That is integrity. Now we have the people like Chanda Kochar, Malya, Nirav Modi. That is exactly the opposite of integrity. After integrity, that is standing by what I say, that is integrity. Then we have the people skills. The most important thing as far as the leadership style is concerned, or the leadership quotient is concerned, is the people skills. It is people everywhere, whether it is innovation, whether it's technology, whether it is handling the public, whether it is politics, whether it is your sports, it's all people. So how well you manage the people, that makes the difference. For that to happen, first, you should share the vision what you have. I'll give an instance of Abraham Lincoln in this. Abraham Lincoln is remembered for two things. That is the civil war in America. He brought it under control. And he told the complete nation, we want America to be one. And he communicated the vision. He shared the vision, all his followers, and all of them were ready to fight and gain and unite both Americas together. So 1861, when he was he took over as the president, the war broke out. And that is the time he shared his vision. Two things. First, I'll unite North and South. And point number two, we will abolish the black slavery. And he did that. That is sharing the vision. The whole nation was fired with that. For example, our Prime Minister says, made in India. It has fired up everybody. That is sharing the vision. Then is a talents training. That is what the people skills counts. First is sharing the vision of the people. Then is grooming the talents, training them, instilling values in them. You are aware, Napoleon the Great is called Napoleon the Great because there are three armies: Austria, Russia, Poland, and 2 or 3 other nations. And the ratio was even less than 1:6 to 1:7. In those adverse circumstances, Napoleon fought the battle and won it. Why to talk of Napoleon those days? Come to Israel. The ratio of Israel to the Arabs may not be, maybe even less than 1:100. But what happens? Every time Israel comes victorious. That is because of the talents, training, and the values, and the leadership on the top of it. And then the delegation. We have seen JRD. We talk so fondly about him. The beauty of JRD is he delegated the power to his subordinates so much that if of his CEO, Tata Steel, Rusi Modi, Telco, that is Tata Automobiles, was Sumant Mulgaonkar. Indian Hotels and Tata Company was Kerkar. ACC that time in Tata Ford was Nani Palkiwala. Tata Chemicals was Darbari Seth. Each one of them was a king in his own empire. That is delegation. Each one of you becomes titan by himself. That's what the leader does. He grooms another 100 tigers like him. That's what Manekshaw did. He groomed the tigers, thereafter doing the commanders. Thereafter, we have the art of communication. I already touched it. I'll only say one thing. Imagine you are in the parliament, a very serious situation, a very serious discussion. They're almost coming to blows. Here stands our Prime Minister, A.B. Vajpayee, and within 1 minute, there's a piece of laughter everywhere. The complete bonhomie is restored. Everybody's laughing. That is what is the art of communication of a leader. And that is what the leader, A.B. Vajpayee, was known for. Then we have the empowerment. You know what happened in 1971? 93,000 troops were taken as captives by India. Our greatest victory ever. Our greatest victory ever of the mankind as such. And who was the gentleman responsible for it? Field Marshal Manekshaw. And that surrender ceremony or the instrument of surrender was to be signed. That was the hour of glory. Madam said, Sam, you go and attend it. He said, sorry, madam. My army commanders fought the war there. Let him have the honor. Gentlemen, that is the empowerment. It's not that everywhere I go and I eat everything and let my team suffer. No. The goods, the riches, the rewards, let them be shared by my subordinate as well, by empowering him to fight the war as he likes and win it and share the booty. And lastly is the diversity. Where since Shivaji the Great, I'm sorry to say, I'm digressing a little. Shivaji is really one of the greatest generals ever Maharashtra has produced, my dear friends. At that time, he had diverse people under him. We had Marathas, we had Brahmins, we had Muslims, we had Christians. The other day I was doing the research, I was flabbergasted. A Maratha warrior and having such a broad mind. Today, USA is a cauldron of all the talents from around the world. You got the thinking people or the brain power from Asia. The banking brain from the Jews. Manufacturing brain from the Chinese. The professions by the Europeans. So any leader who takes all this diversity becomes great by himself. After that, the professional competence and knowledge, there is no substitute to that. A leader has to be professionally competent and got to keep on getting the knowledge. Even today, you don't know how much our Prime Minister Narendra Modi reads. I had a fortune as independent director in NBCC, thrice attending his lectures, and each time it was a revelation. He used to come fully prepared, fully read. So as a leader, you ought to be aware. Next important quality of leader is humor. You can't be glum, you can't be serious everywhere. Some of you who are fortunate enough to have heard Sam Manekshaw, every time he used to crack a joke, even if the situation is serious. And there was a boisterous laughter of his own. Then there was a peal of laughter. Why that? Our own Prime Minister, Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Every word there was a humor. System would lie. Your followers come easy. They come in their fold. The courage is the greatest quality of any leader, gentlemen. We have great many of them. We had Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose fighting against the Britishers. We had Maharana Pratap fighting the might of the Mughals. He slept on the gaddi made of the grass, but never surrendered. I said, I'll not surrender. That is courage. Then we had Mahatma Gandhi being beaten up, being jailed, but he didn't waver. That is courage. We had Napoleon. Why? We were just talking recently of Pandey and Vikram Batra, young leaders, captains leading up the barrage of fire. They led and captured the hills. Any leader has to have that indomitable courage. Then we had our own Narendra Modi. When the world was talking, how can they be locked down? He put the lockdown. Today in the Committee of Nations, India's example is being held as one of the best examples to tackle COVID-19. That, gentleman, is the courage. So we've got to have, that is the first quality in Titan, business world, in Titan, the thinnest submersible watch in the world. They designed it in the year 1988-89. Xerzes Desai, they went to Sweden. The Swedish people said, in Switzerland, the Swiss people said, well, you can't do it. We can't do it. You can't do it as well. They didn't lose courage. They took courage. They said, we can. And that courage took them to the manufacture of the slimmest quartz submersible watch in the world that time. That is our Titan. Gentlemen, this is a very small time, so I'll have to touch upon, I'll have to rush through. Next is the passion. It's the passion, that fire in the belly, that's something in you. It keeps you going. It just keeps you going. Let there be sun, let there be let there be rains, let there be storm. You are on that path. That is passion. The best example I use, Mother Teresa. Look at that. With what passion she used to. She used to look after those poor, those leprosy patients. She used to go around caring them. That is passion. We have Steve Jobs. It's just a passion for all the computers. See what was the result? iPod, iPhone, iPad. That is the result of passion. We have J.R.D. Tata. What is the passion? I will lead the Tata empire only ethically. Can you give an example where Tata is involved in any ED case or any cheating or any fraud case? Gentlemen, that is passion. A cause, you stick to that cause, come what may, don't leave that cause. That is passion. Shivaji the Great, that passion. I am going to attend the Hindvi Swaraj. He fought the Mughals, went to Agra, used all those tactics, came back. What all those guys, the Mughals who are, all those those sultanates here. He fought them, established the Marathi kingdom. Not only that, he's the first ruler. He said it's not Shivaji's empire, it is the Maratha empire. Please go through his history. It's extremely illustrative. He's the first one in India who had a standing army on salary. So, gentlemen, that is passion. He had a passion for clean rule. Absolutely clean rule. First to make sure that the Maratha Empire is established, then a clean rule. Next is compassion. Gentlemen, you have read, and so have I. A small guy from a rich family, he sees our Mahatma going in a pancha. He goes to him, he gives him a shirt. Bapuji, please wear this shirt. Bapuji smiles at him, pats on his head, and he says, Beta, I want 30 crore shirts. Boy asking why? My 30 crore children are without clothes. Gentlemen, that is compassion. See Mother Teresa, give the healing touch on the sick people on the head. That is compassion. We have seen day before yesterday, or Ram, Lakshman killed ultimately Meghnad. You have seen that. And the dead body is brought to Ram. Jamon says, let's bash him up because he troubled us when he was alive on the battlefield. What does Ram say? No. The dead body deserves the respect. He did that when he was alive. But now he deserves the respect. Gentlemen, that is compassion. The Christ being hung, everything is there. What does he say? Oh Lord, forgive them. That is compassion. You are in a company. Your company is downwards. You're doing a marketing. You're going to have the product which is going to be success. If it's going to be a success, your company will bloom. Such is a critical marketing prospect as far as the product is concerned. All of a sudden, your vice president of marketing falls sick because, no, his son falls sick and he has to ask for leave. Will he give it or not? Yes. There is a leader, there is a entrepreneur who gave the leave to that marketing, to the vice president of marketing and handle the portfolio himself. That is compassion. I got a company here just next to my door, a worker. He could not send his daughter to medical education. The CEO said, what's the problem? I'll give it to you. That is compassion. So, my gentlemen, the first quality, the greatest quality of a leader is compassion. The leader got to have 4 roles. First is a role model. See, J.R.D. Tata, in what way can you see the achievements? See the leadership. That is a role model. We've seen Amitabh Bachchan, what an actor. We've seen our Prime Minister, what a leader. These are all role models. So leader has to be a role model. Then has to be an inspirer. We have seen the movie Dirty Dozen, where an American takes about dozen raw recruits and recruits them, trains them in such a manner that they go and destroy one of the communication posts of the Germans, which has a deciding influence on the outcome of the battle in the Second World War. That is the inspiration. In the battle cry, we go there. Har Har Mahadev, that is the inspiration. And the leader, under whom to do that, that is the quality of the leader. You've seen that nowadays in Mahabharata or Ramayana. Har Har Mahadev, That is the leadership. They're being inspired. Then is the enabler. I told you about GRD. Each of his CEOs commanding the companies under him, CEOs of the companies under him, were the titans were themselves. Bruce Modi, Mulgaonkar, Nani Palgiwala, look at that. That is the enabler. You enable your subordinates to rise high. That is the enabler. Last is the achiever like Dhirubhai Ambani. What a rise! What a rise! A person could not finish his education, and he goes abroad, comes here, and ultimately when he dies, the turnover of the company is about $40 billion. So that's what it is. My time is up. I can make out. Only I add one thing, one line which I'll add. Gentlemen, please remember in life, the leader is never a quitter. Never, never, never a quitter. Can you point out any leader who has quit? Absolutely zero. So please remember, I'll just recap in the end. A leader must be capable of self-leading himself and must do an utmost service to the people and the nation and the organization and the followers and the members. He must set a good vision, enabling vision, communicate that vision well. He must have a thorough integrity and courage. He should handle his team well. He should have all those people skills. He should have that passion, compassion, and then he must be an enabler, a role model, inspirer, enabler, and achiever. I finished my lecture in the given time. Gentlemen, if any doubts, you can ask. Okay, thanks, Yogesh. Do let me know if you. I'll request in case you can give me the feedback. My number is with you.
Yes.
I'll request you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and as I said, this is one of the chapter of the book which I am. My book should be out by about August, September. This is one of the chapter of that book.
Open to public. Any questions they have? Because we'll be having a restart of the session in next 2 minutes because the 40-minute time is over. Almost.
Yeah, anytime Zoom will go off. Yeah.
Yeah, it will. Yeah. So please join again because there is one more very good session coming up, and your questions, if any, can be also put forward.
So, but then let's say for last 2 minutes, if anyone has any question, they can ask their question.
Yes, yes. Yeah, they can ask
Sure.
the question now. Yeah.
Unmute your microphone and raise your queries, please.
Sir, I have one question.
Sure.
You said that leadership is something that they should always motivate others. And what about the appreciation in open forum? Because if they appreciate one person, it becomes it becomes an enemy to others. How do they tackle this kind of situation? How do the leaders tackle?
Sure, Yogesh. Unfortunately, my time is only 40 minutes. So there are not many other qualities. It's not only appreciation, Yogesh. We celebrate the success of the juniors. We appreciate them. We immediately incentivize them, and we celebrate their success. I know I'm not going to name the company, a great company. There was a scientist who got the IPR from USA. And what did he do? He called the complete team to his house for a celebration. That is appreciation, his own appreciation, as well as the celebration. In many corporations, what they do is they give him a jump. For example, in 3M, what they do, the CEO immediately calls that boy on the floor for a lunch with him that day itself. 3M is a great company, innovation-driven company. Innovation is a different thing altogether. And leader has to innovate himself every now and then. there are not many other qualities which are not touched upon, Yogesh, because humility is one. Service itself is, service itself is a part of humility, or humility itself is